So are you ambitious? Do you feel like you're just running in place? If that's you, you are not alone. In this explainer, we're going to break down a really powerful 5-stage journey that's designed to take you from that feeling of stagnation all the way to true freedom.
Man, this quote, it just hits hard, doesn't it? Because it's a feeling so many of us know. Your head is absolutely full of ideas, but when you look at your day-to-day life, nothing is really changing. The life you imagined starts to feel like it's drifting further and further away. We're going to talk about how to break that cycle right now.
For most people, this is just the default reality. The last 5 years, well, they look a whole lot like the next 5 years are probably going to look. It's like a flat line, a life of stagnation, not growth. But here's the thing, it absolutely does not have to be your reality.
So, let's dive into stage 1. The source calls this the trap. And the main idea here, the really key insight, is that this feeling of being stuck, it's probably not your fault. It's really about the system you're operating in. This is such a crucial point. That feeling of spinning your wheels, of getting nowhere fast, that isn't a personal failure. The source argues that you're caught in a system that's literally designed for slow, tiny, incremental progress. So what you're feeling isn't laziness, it's the frustration of running on a treadmill that's going nowhere.
And this isn't just a gut feeling. The numbers back it up completely. A staggering 58% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They're caught in this exact cycle. Think about that, more than half the country. That's why breaking free is so incredibly critical, and it all starts by taking back control. So how do you actually escape? Well, it starts with 2 really simple but totally game-changing actions. First, track everything. I mean everything. You need to get crystal clear on where your money is actually going. Second, you got to automate your savings. Even if it's a small amount, just make it automatic every single month. It's that consistency that builds the foundation for your escape.
Okay, this brings us to stage 2, ignition. This is the point where you really start to pull away from the pack. And just think about this. Remember that 58%? Well, over half the population never even makes it to this state.
But here's the catch. As soon as you start to build some real momentum, new challenges are going to pop up. The source points to 2 major forces that will actively try to pull you right back into that stagnation you just escaped.
And here they are. First, believe it or not, your friends. As you start to grow and change, it can make people around you uncomfortable, and sometimes they might unconsciously try to hold you back. The second threat is way more silent, but it's just as dangerous. Inflation, just quietly eating away at the value of your money. This right here is the danger of just letting cash sit in a bank account. It is a losing game. The number on your bank statement might stay the same, but its actual purchasing power, what you can buy with it, is quietly shrinking every single year. I mean, just look at this. The difference is staggering. Over 20 years, $5,000 in cash could lose almost half its buying power. But that same $5,000, if you invested it, could grow to 4 times its original value. This is exactly why just saving money is not enough. You have to make your money work for you.
All right, now we get to the really exciting part. Stage 3, acceleration. This is where those small gains start to transform into real unstoppable momentum.
Okay, so what got you here won't get you to the next level, at least not quickly. So the big question is, how do you actually step on the gas and accelerate your progress?
The source breaks it down into 3 absolutely critical pillars. You got to generate cash flow, you got to build your network, and you have to develop real confidence.
First up is cash flow. Think of it as the fuel for your engine. And, the fastest way to get it is with a service-based side hustle. You don't need some billion-dollar idea. Just offer a service to other businesses. Things like copywriting or web design, something that helps them make more money. Do that, and you become essential.
Next, your network. And wow, this quote really says it all. Surround yourself with 5 losers, and you will be the 6th. The people around you have a massive, massive impact. Just being in the right rooms opens your eyes to opportunities you never even knew existed, and it pushes you to grow.
And finally, confidence. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about having the courage to step out of your comfort zone, to pitch that big idea you have, or to invest in learning a new skill. Without it, you'll always hesitate, right at the moments that matter most.
Okay, now we're moving into the final stages of this journey. This is where the focus really shifts from just building wealth to actually creating a legacy. We're going to look at Stage 4, expansion, and Stage 5, mastery together, because they really represent the ultimate goals of this whole process.
The absolute core of Stage 4 expansion is understanding this fundamental difference. It's so simple. Most people spend their lives accumulating liabilities, things that take money out of their pockets. The whole game changes when you focus entirely on acquiring assets, things that put money in your pocket.
So how do you acquire those assets? The source highlights two main paths. You've got diversification, which is safer. You spread your risk across many different investments. But then there's high conviction investing. This is where you make big focused bets on things you understand deeply. It's how figures like Musk and Bezos built their empires. Your path really depends on your knowledge and your appetite for risk.
And this leads to the ultimate goal, Stage 5, mastery. At this point, money isn't the main driver anymore. Your assets are generating more than enough income to cover everything. The real prize here isn't just wealth, it's freedom.
And mastery isn't about retiring and just sitting on a beach. It's a huge shift from just accumulating to creating an impact. It's about skillfully managing what you've built, mentoring the next generation, sharing what you've learned, and building something that's actually going to outlast you.
Let's be really clear, none of this is easy. It's going to require discipline, it's going to require calculated risks, and real persistence. But by understanding these stages, it is completely possible to break out of that trap and build the life you've always envisioned for yourself.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway. Achieving financial freedom, that's not the finish line. It's the starting pistol for a whole new race. It gives you the power to ask a much, much bigger question. So I'll leave you with this. What will you build with that freedom? What's your legacy going to be?